Hello, everyone. Cinema Steven here. I mean, Ghostface here. What's everyone's favorite scary movie? Ah, forget it. I tried. I couldn't do it. I'm a terrible Ghostface. I'm not even wearing any gloves. But I did successfully see Scream 6, and I'm here to report that it was actually really, really entertaining. It was better than the one that was released last year, and I'm actually surprised to know that it did come out last year. Movies usually come out within 2 year increments, so I guess they fast tracked it. I couldn't really find any reasons why that was the case, but I'm happy that it happened. And as far as the Scream series go, I really, really enjoyed this one, and it paid so much attention to detail from minute little things from every single one in the previous entries of this series. And I think that's one thing that the new creators, ever since they've taken over the reins from Wes Craven and Kevin Williamson, this film group called Radio Silence, that basically comprises of Matt Bettolini Alpin and Tyler Gillette. They're the directors, and the writers are James Vanderbilt and Guy Busick. So this team that they've collected is known as Radio Silence, and they've done some anthology films such as VHS, the Southbound horror film, and if you've never seen Ready or Not that came out a few years ago, I highly recommend you watch Ready or Not. But back to Scream. So Scream 6, it takes place in New York City, which is a welcome addition to the entry, or it's a welcome addition to the series because it's about time they got out of Woodsboro. I mean, it's cool. I see that the Scream series is so tied to the lineage of Woodsboro, blah blah blah. But it was just nice to see it in new surroundings. It's kind of like Scream 3. It was set in Hollywood, but the story of Scream 3 just wasn't that great. This, on the other hand, was a really good story. And it was a great continuation to the previous one. And I think that there was unintentional, well, no, I think that was very intentional, the homage paid to Jason Takes Manhattan. There's even a nice little Easter egg in there at the beginning of the movie. But as far as the film itself, I thought it was really well done. I liked the ending, which I obviously would never give away. I am anti-spoiler. And I would just suggest that everybody go sees it. And I did like how they continued on with the new characters. Melissa Barrera, and how it's whittled within the lineage of her family history. And if you haven't seen the last one, I won't say who she is. And of course, Jenna Ortega, who's given a lot more to do in this movie, probably because she's riding the wave of Wednesday, and she doesn't. I mean, they have Jenna Ortega; they don't want to waste her. So, all that being said, it was really well done. I will have to say that the absence of Nev Campbell was devastating to me. I'm a huge Nev Campbell fan. We go back to Party of Five. That's how old I am. I love Nev Campbell. Always have, always will. But apparently there was some off-screen drama between her and the production company not wanting to pay her, I guess, a certain amount of money that she feels like she's entitled to, Sidney Prescott. And I will say, though, as much as I love Nev Campbell, Sidney Prescott wasn't even really necessary in the last one, and she's far less than necessary in this one. So I think that it's probably for the best that she didn't continue on the role, because it would have just been force-fed into a storyline that wouldn't make any sense. As far as the gore, there was a lot of great kills. I mean, this Ghostface was shanking them like prison-style shanking. Like, he was just, going at it. And that was kind of crazy, but there was one scene in a convenience store where he actually uses a shotgun. And I hate to say that, but it was just so awesome seeing Ghostface using another weapon to dismantle his victims. It was just kind of off-putting, and I think that's the whole point. It takes you out of the element, because it's like, what else can he use? He can use anything, everything around his surroundings, because this Ghostface is quite unhinged. And I will say, if you liked any of the other Screams, that you'll like this one too. And as far as ranking goes, I'm going to go ahead and say Scream 1 is the best, Scream 2, and then probably this Scream. I think it's that good. It's way up there. And then, I would say Scream 4, Scream 5 from last year, and unfortunately Scream 3. You gotta be last.